So I opened the virtual machine and open your command prompt. Again, same problem.
Just maximum.
This one? Okay. Find slash etc minus iname. You're all familiar with this command. Star hive not hive site dot xml. If you recollect, in the beginning classes I told you that the entire world of Hadoop is controlled by the configurations. HDFS site.xml, core site.xml will decide the number of replications, where is your name node, what is the URL, how much memory to be allocated. Yarn site.xml will decide what is the yarn configuration, and I showed you those. And now since we are going to use Hive, there is one more configuration file. So the first thing to note is that as far as Hive is concerned, all configurations of Hive are stored in hive site.xml. So if I press enter, you can see there is hive site.xml, and let me take one hive site.xml. Copy, and I'm going to write vi, and I have opened it, and I'm just going through the configuration. And please look at that first part. Hive execution parameters, property, connection URL, metastore, and you please look at that string jdbc colon mysql. What does that mean? This Cloudera Hive installation is using MySQL as the metastore. So in any company you go and start working on Hive, no need to know this, but this is how you will know that what is the metastore that is being used internally. Hive site.xml will contain that configuration, and when you start your Cloudera virtual machine, it will make an internal connection to that particular database, and all that you do, the metadata will be stored in that MySQL. The normal commonly used databases are Derby, Oracle, etc., as the metastore. Any database you can use, you can configure it here. Okay, so that is one very important point. Then you will have the username and password and everything that will be explained inside that. So that is the configuration file which is controlling Hive site.xml. Yes, Lakshmi.
Is it compatible to SQL Server?
Yes, absolutely. So you can use SQL Server as well. So any of the databases, relational databases, can be used as this one, right? Now what I'm going to do is, before I'm starting the work, I am going to go to 4hoursun.com in the virtual machine. Okay, so open the browser, and there is a file with the name, just note it down in somewhere, which is starting with LAHMAN. Okay, so open the browser. Yeah, and go to 4hoursun.com/passion and search for it's not connected. 10.1.10.195. It should be okay. Ping google.com. It is connecting, and 4hours sun.com/passion. Yeah, is that okay? So if you go through and search for yeah LHMAN 591 csv.zip, you will see a file starting with this word. Just click on that and save that file. Right? And please look what I'm doing. I'm going to move that lemon file to my home directory and then unzip that file. So you can see that a directory is created which is called as lemon CSV. I am going to change the name of that particular folder as CSV. Okay. Move this as CSVs. Okay, just call it as CSVs. And if you go to CSVs and look at LS, this is a playground for you. I have given you some 10 to 15 different CSV files. You are going to play with this, creating different types of tables. First, I am going to show you the raw way of creating a hive table. Okay, so please observe before you do it. There is a file called schools.csv. First thing what I am going to do is, in the schools.csv, every CSV file is coming with a header. So I am going to note down that header in a paper. So, school ID, don't put space, school name, school city, school state, and school nickname are the different header, right? First, I want to do it with header and without header. Normally, you will be getting the data without headers in your ab initio and all these tools. So, I want to show you how can you create a hive table without header first. So, I am going to copy the schools.csv because this is original. I don't want to touch it. I want to call it as my schools.csv because I am creating a copy. And then I am going to go to my schools.csv and escape, just press D. I am deleting the header, only one line. So now my data, my schools.csv, is not having any header. Now, as you know, Hive is going to be a relational view on the top of HDFS. The first thing that we need to do is to put this file into HDFS. Let us remember the name of the directory. Today is what? 16. So Hadoop fs minus mkdir. You remember all this, right? November 16. Oh, sorry. What happened? Hadoop fs minus ls. Yeah, it's created. November 16. Hadoop fs minus put myschools.csv to November 16. Please understand clearly, okay? There are some concepts coming here. And this is where? In local or HDFS? It's in HDFS. We put it in HDFS, right? So, my HDFS is available, and in the HDFS we have put the data. If you get a safe mode error, you know what to do. So the file is already there, and now we are going to start Hive. So what's the command? Whenever you want to start Hive, just type the word Hive. It will start a Hive shell. Whenever you see that Hive greater than, it is ready to accept SQL commands now. Show, show databases, just like MySQL and MongoDB. Don't worry about OK, but always you will get a result called default. Why? Because whenever Hive is installed, automatically the database is called a default database. Okay. Then show tables from default. Nothing is there. Completely empty. OK will be, Hive is a very obedient guy. Whenever you ask anything, it will tell you OK, OK, OK. Even if it is error, it will tell you OK. So ignore that OK. Now we are going to type our first command. How I am clearing the screen? Control L. So whenever you type something and you get an error, press Control L. This is same in Scala as well. Control L. All right, we are going to create the table. So how will you create the table? Look at this. Create table. Let's call the name of the table as my schools. My schools or whatever it is. This is not having any relation with your file name or something, okay? The greater than symbol indicates that your command is not over. School ID, string. School name, string. You can give different data types. First, let's work with string. School city, string. School state, string. And school nick. Row format. Forgot. Delimited by. What is that? A comma. Row format. No. Row format. There. Fields delimited by a comma, because you have a comma separated value files. Lines terminated by a new line. Stored as because it's a text file. Please remember. Okay, let me try. Okay, I'm just remembering. Row format, fields delimited by, lines terminated by, stored as text file. Okay. Now, what is it? Row format. I think some syntax changes. Hive, create table, text file, and press enter. Don't study these things. Just Hive created. Okay, there you go. Row format. Okay, row format delimited, fields terminated by, lines terminated by. Is correct? No.
Delimited should come after row format.
This is a problem. I didn't write it in one line, so I have to, create table my schools, school ID string, school name, right? Where is it? School name string, and then school city string, and then school state string, and then please correct me the correct this thing, school next string. What is that?
That will change.
Row format. What do they are?
Fields was not there.
Fields delimited.
Row format delimited, fields terminated. Okay, row format delimited. That you have to write. Row format delimited, and then you have to write fields. Fields terminated by, and then fields terminated by, and lines terminated by. Okay, both are terminated by. Lines terminated by this thing, lines terminated by stored as text file, right? And then press enter. See, again, okay. Next one, did you link it with your file? No. Just created the table. You told that your table is the schema on right. And what next we need to do? Load data in path. Where is it? November 16 slash myschools.csv. Overwrite into, what is the table? Let's see. No. Overwrite into, you got something? And again finally you got OK. And look at this. This indicates that everything is correct. So what did we do? First we put the file into HDFS. We created the schema, and then we linked the schema with the file.
What is it? But number of rows 0 it is showing.
Wait. That is not your rows. It's HDFS. Right? Clear? See that magic? If you want to execute a Unix command on hive prompt, put an exclamatory mark, write the Unix command, and put a semicolon. Okay. For example, ls or Control L. Okay. Now what do we need to do? Show tables from. Okay, please look at this now. Select star from. All the data came. Everything is loaded successfully. So what did you write? You wrote a SQL statement to get the data from HDFS. Who went and wrote a MapReduce program internally? The framework did it. Now you want to see the real power of MapReduce. Okay, please look at this. Select star will not give you a real MapReduce. Can you tell me why? Apply the things. That is why we learned all those things in the beginning. Select star is actually not running a MapReduce. Why? The moment you write select star, hive will contact the name node. The name node has got the journal of where the data is. The name node will tell, hey, the data is there in all these nodes. It will just go there and fetch it. No need of any MapReduce. Are you understanding? In Hive, two types of queries are there. Simple fetch, where there is no MapReduce. Another one is select. Now the things are different. I am doing an aggregation of the data. Name node doesn't know anything about it. So what I need to do? I need to fetch the data, I need to map the data, I need to reduce it, I need to sum it, correct? Why I am not writing default dot? By default, it is default. Okay? So you don't have to write a default. If you create a database, you have to write. And see the fun now. This is the most powerful part of it. What is happening? I wrote a query. I wrote a simple SQL query. Go to 8088. What is 8088?
The file will be created.
All forgot.
The file created the log file.
In the 8088, you will see the execution of MapReduce. Select count star from my school stage 1. What happened? Automatically, it converted it into a MapReduce program and you write it. Right? There are so many options. If you want header only, all these kind of things, you can just check online. But you got the idea? This is how you should load the file. You should put the file and you should put it. Just experiment creating some 4 or 5 tables. That's it. Right? For today, just practice on creating the tables. Because tomorrow I'm going to go to JDBC and Excel. Okay? Anytime whenever you write a query, it will get converted it into a MapReduce if it is not a fetch. Right. And now, most interesting thing. Where is our file? I wrote it for a purpose. Where? Okay, good. HDFS, which directory?
Number 16.
Okay, so I am exiting Hive. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. Where?
Number 16.
Hadoop? FS? Minus LS? No, LS, right? So it should give me, right? What happened?
It is moved, right? When we delete that, or something or that.
Move to the warehouse.
Beautiful. Hive is the data warehouse. If you keep 30 files in 30 different places and tell Hive to load, how the metadata will manage all the data and everything? So what Hive will do? Even though you told that load the data, it will take it and move to a special directory. And the directory, please remember, is called okay?
So it will completely move. It won't be
Complete. See,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not there. And look at this. Hadoop, FS. Please experiment all these things. Nowhere you will get such answers, only in the virtual machine. And this is the detail of hive. Slash user slash hive, and don't touch this particular folder because this is managed internally completely. Just showing you. What happened? It created a directory. What is it? My schools. And then, so your table name is nothing but a directory. And go inside my schools. What happened? Now, one question. If I type drop table my schools, what is going to happen?
This file will be deleted from this location.
What will happen, Udaya? Entire data will be wiped off. Do you want that? Or even if the table is lost, you want your data to be remaining? What is best?
Second one.
Depends, correct? If you are doing talent, revenue share jobs and all, every day, if the data is moved to the warehouse and if something is happening to Hive and if your data is also gone, you know what will happen, right? This type of tables are called managed tables in Hive. And if you don't want that, you should create a table and you should just add one word in the beginning. Create external table. When you say external table, even if you drop, your data will still
Stays.
remain. But don't worry about that now. Just keep it. Managed tables and external tables. If you are writing a program and you want to do some analysis and you want to create the result and you don't worry if that particular table is lost, then you go for always
Manage tables. Suppose if I load again another file in the same table, it could be replaces the data or.
Try. So many things are there now. Are you going to overwrite it?
That's what I'm asking.
If it is overwriting, then the data will overwrite. Because it's just a pointer. Just think, it's a pointer to the data, that's all. So if you change the data will be lost. But there are implications of it. What is the implications? Name node has got the complete structure of your HDFS, block size and everything, correct? And you are suddenly replacing that particular data. All that particular metadata has to be replaced, correct? So sometimes it may create errors. So there are ways of doing it. Use Hive itself to do that. For example, insert into or drop that particular table and load the data again. Use Hive shell to manage that data. Rather than somebody is managing only that HDFS and you are just creating the Hive and you are expecting that a Hive will always give you the correct answer. It's not correct approach. Ideally, you'll use Hive. So far clear? Just work on this, okay? Hey, where is it? Where is this full screen? There is no alt here.
Okay. The figure that is the tab on top.